Hello everyone, it's Tom, Story PvP Mode YouTube channel. Just thought I'd upload myself playing Diablo 3. First time I've ever played... Well, that's a lie, not the first time I've ever played Diablo 3. The first time I played hardcore Diablo 3. Played the game through once with a Barbarian on normal, stopped playing it then. And I've come back to play, have a go on it as at the hardcore. So if you've never played hardcore before, like I haven't, the rules are simple. Once you go and create, once you highlight that you want to be a hardcore hero, you then want to go to create hero, and it actually warns you that you have but one life, eager hero. If you should die, though your deeds will be remembered, you shall not return again. Customer service will not revive a fallen hardcore hero for any reason. All of your heroes' items will be lost forever upon death. So, on accepting that, you can then start your character. So once you play him, and well, once you start, which I'm about to. And I die, that'll be it. So here we go. It gives tips whilst it's loading. This is about. I'll be quiet for the opening.
My family was butchered by Hellspawn. To witness such a thing is enough to leave your mind in ruins. The madness killed my sister and left me frightened and alone until I was rescued by survivors who had joined together to rid the world of the creatures of hell. They saw in me the strength to resist the demons. They forged me into a weapon. Now, I am ready. A meteor has fallen in Tristram, and the dead have risen in its wake. I will send them back to their graves. Once I was hunted. Now I am the hunter.
Okay, so that is the beginning of Diablo 3. It's different for every class you play, so I've decided to play a Demon Hunter for this game. When I played it through on normal, I played it as a Barbarian. And so we'll begin. Oh, okay, so right click is to fire an arrow. And left is just to move. Fires a piercing arrow that seeks additional targets.
Oh, you got it. Like this. The fallen star is near.
Okay, so just saying the fallen star is near. Fire a piercing arrow that seeks additional targets. You gotta hold shift to attack whilst moving. Hold shift to attack without moving. Oh, okay. Let's see if we can bring up the... not the chat. We want to bring up the sound, so cinematic subtitles, and I think that'll be it. Oh, we'll apply that as well. Okay, so return to game and let's begin. So when playing this particular game, I've got to make sure not to die. Is the easiest thing. So if you to play,
I have journeyed here to find the fallen star and purge its evil from this land.
It fell on the old cathedral. There was only one survivor, Leah. You should speak with her.
Captain Rumford, more dead are coming.
We can't open the gates until we drive them back.
so I'll help these guys out. Oh, half a body, never good. And I don't remember there being that many.
Seen anyone fight like that before. Guards, open the gates.
First time played through.
Leah at the Slaughtered Calf Inn.
Okie doke then. So we'll
Burn those corpses before they rise again.
make our way through.
I came here to study the fall of old Tristram.
Zakharum has fallen to disgrace. What faith can save us now? It is the end of the world.
And the other thing as well is that in this game it separates your items from, so if you played normal Diablo 3 and you like had 560s for instance, and this was your first character in hardcore, you get none of the gold available to you and none of the items. So when you play through hardcore, you are literally, it is literally like playing a separate individual. And we'll go in. And here's Leah. So we'll go and speak to her.
Leah, is it? Rumford said that you survived the fallen star's impact.
I did, but it blasted my uncle Deckard Cain into the depths of the old cathedral. I tried to search for him, but the dead were already rising. I came back here to rally the militia, but... Watch out! The wounded are turning!
My training is paid off.
This is killing business.
It's quite literally killing business. You have unlocked a skill, so we'll just pick that one up. There's a knife that can impale enemies. That is a good skill to have. Oh, it replaces... So you have hatred and then you have discipline. So presumably, what was the other skill? The right. Or maybe it was just a basic thing.
The dead will overwhelm us all, unless something is done.
Then I shall put an end to them and secure your town.
Thank you. You should speak with Captain Rumford at the gate. He can tell you what to do.
Okie dokie, so we're going to go and speak to Captain Rumford.
16 militiamen went out, only Rumford came back.
Oh, he's down here. And so on the mini-map, just really following the pings on the mini-map.
What can I do to help fight the risen dead?
I admire your courage, but Captain Dalton and the militia were slaughtered by those things. Only I survived.
Don't worry, I will avenge their deaths.
Well, I have seen you fight. Strike at the wretched mothers and their queen. They're the ones vomiting out these horrors.
They're attacking the barricades!
Okay, so I've got to kill 3 wretched mothers, or kill the wretched mother. Might be getting ahead of myself now.
My hatred is too low.
Oh, I need to get more hatred.
That's one of the wretched mothers. There are more of them in the ruins down the road.
Okay, so yeah. I was getting a little bit ahead of myself. I've now got to just kill 3 more. If you've ever watched other people play Diablo 3, a lot of people ignore the greys and the whites. And you should at a certain point, but at the moment I'm just going to pick them up because I am a hoarder.
I need more hatred to do that.
Kill these walking corpses. Oh, and half a corpse. New lore.
I will never forget the first time I saw these horrors shambling out of the misty woods.
My hatred
Our
is
loved
too low.
ones, buried long ago, rose from their graves and began to attack the living. However, the risen dead were only the
Not
beginning.
enough hatred.
Dear reader, I am Abd al-Hazir, adventurer, scholar, and researcher. I share my knowledge of this incredible world and its creatures through my insightful missives, often at grave risk to myself. Why, I was recently in Honduras, where my tents were ransacked by vicious quill fiends. I was able to beat them off with a shoe, but a less bold man would have fared far worse.
Them quill fiends.
I, Deckard Cain, have spent many years traveling and writing about the strange creatures in our world. But the sight of the wretched mothers still haunts me. They are the remnants of Queen Asilla's slaughtered handmaidens who were twisted by foul magic. Now they feast upon cadavers and regurgitate them as newly formed, risen dead.
Okay, so since it's the start of the new game,
I need more hatred to do that.
you're going to get a lot of lore, but actually, if you're probably watching this, I imagine you know the lore. So, I'm not going to read it anymore.
My hatred is too low.
So the thing with Diablo 3 is that all the maps as well, they randomly generate the dungeon maps. So at the moment, any sort of level you're on, out here, for example, is all randomly generated.
I need
So
more hatred to do that.
if you've heard rave reviews about the Diablo series, I think particularly Diablo 2 was sort of like the crown of or the jewel in the crown, as it were. It was known to be, you know, highly replayable. Had a massive following. The only reason I actually bought Diablo 3 was in fact because someone who I previously played games with absolutely raved about this. Raved about the second one. So I just thought, oh, this is going to be, you know, hopefully more of the same. Diablo 3 has come under a lot of criticism that it's not what people were expecting. And I think there are to me it's not the greatest of games it could have been. Like for instance on the trailers that they released of the game, it had a Barbarian doing a constant onslaught of skeletons.
These unholy creatures can rest
But
now.
in the actual game, I don't recall actually seeing any of these, you know, parts where there was tons and tons of, you know, tons of monsters. It doesn't. To me, the game felt quite sparse in terms of the actual monsters.
These chests are empty. Something isn't right here. Not enough hatred.
Okay, so that's always going to be my first blue of the game. So I think we need to have a look at my inventory. We have a 3.0, or I picked up a 8.50, which is a two-hander, and that's a two-hander as well. And I'm not actually wearing anything so far, so let's put some armour on. go, we're looking the business now. I mean, everything that gets spawned as well in the dungeons is randomly generated. And yeah, it's through like that throughout the game. So far, this character feels pretty strong to play, actually.
I need more hatred to get that. Old Tristram. Diablo's evil still lingers here.
So the moment we're just going to keep on moving because and just avoid as much damage as possible. Going back to the point of this game feeling quite sparse in relation to how I thought it was going to play out anyway, is that, I mean, if you look at these maps, there's not a lot of sort of zombies about. I thought this would be non-stop action. And certainly when you get to Act 3, which is one of the more commonly farmed
My hatred
maps.
is too low.
For those that play at 60 and do the Paragon levels as well, they you know, they really... Oh, okay, got a yellow one. And you really don't want to die at all, or even take damage that might lead us to death. Okay. So... Oh, it's a goblin. Okay, so the goblins you have to kill before they teleport out of there. So at this level, you know, it's quite easy. But when you get to higher levels, they're actually really difficult to kill. They can be really difficult to kill. But thankfully, we've killed that one, and yeah. In fact, let's listen to the lore on that.
Devious little goblins have been robbing our merchants. When pursued, they simply open portals and disappear with the most aggravating chuckle. The peasantry seem to believe that the goblins serve a great demon lord known as Greed. And furthermore, that their portals lead to Greed's domain. A ludicrous notion, truly.
So yeah, the treasure goblins are, as you just saw then, at this level quite easy to kill, especially when they're the only ones in the room. But when it's not the only ones in the room, they are, particularly when leveling, quite difficult to kill. Or at least that's how my experience has been. It's not so much that the fact that you can't kill them. You can kill them, it's just that because there's everything else going on in the room, like there could be, say, monsters in between it, and you may have hit it, you have to kill it in a certain amount of time before it teleports away. So that is the first area done.
Don't you dare lift a finger to help our mayor fix his wagon.
And I think we will
Thank you for your help.
hand in.
Could you talk some sense into Leah? She won't give up on the idea of rescuing her uncle.
Nor should she. I will help her find him.
Okay, so that's the first quest done.
I promised Marco I'd protect him, and now he's dead.
As an introduction to my hardcore journey through Diablo, I think I'm just going to leave the game, just as a first video anyway, leave the first video here and just pause and stop and come back to it, just as a brief introduction. Okay, so if you like the video, leave a comment and say what you like. Obviously it's my first time ever presenting any sort of gameplay, so if you want more of this sort of content, leave a comment, like it if you like it, dislike it if you don't like it, leave me some feedback. That would be really great. Okay, so thanks for watching.